This is going to be a demonstration of the brachial plexus. So as we know, the spinal nerve separates and creates a anterior and posterior rami containing both sensory and motor nerves. The anterior rami of each of these spinal nerves from C7 to T1 form the brachial plexus. C5 to T1. So we know that these anterior rami come out, if it's above T1, it comes out above each spinal segment. So this will be C5 anterior rami. This is C6. This is C7. And then when we get right here, there's actually a C8. Anterior rami, but don't get fooled because there are only 7 cervical vertebrae but 8 cervical nerves, and then from this point forward all of the nerve come out underneath the corresponding vertebrae. So now that we have these nerves coming out of the vertebrae, then these two are going to combine, and these are roots to form trunks. So C5 and C6 combine to form a trunk. C7 does not combine with any. And then C8 and T1 are going to combine to form its own trunk. So these 3 trunks are then going to separate into divisions. And each one is going to separate into an anterior and posterior division. So now we have 6 different nerves right here, and then all of the posterior, now these are going to separate into cords. So all of the posterior ones are now then going to form its own cord. And then the 2 most lateral anterior ones from C5, C6, and C7 are going to form its own cord from the anterior. And then the anterior one from C8 and T1 will form its own cord. Okay, and then now these are going to separate to form branches, and these branches are the nerves that are going to innervate different structures, muscular or skin structures. And so the posterior one has one that branches off early on. That's your axillary. That's going to innervate your deltoid. It also has another one called the radial nerve that's going to innervate all of the muscles on the posterior arm and forearm. So these are your extensors mainly. And then the lateral cord, this is your lateral cord, this is your medial cord, and this was your posterior cord. Your lateral cord is going to branch off and form 2 different branches, and then your medial cord is going to come up and combine with that branch, so that branches into 2. And that one comes down like that. So it kind of forms an M, which can be really easily seen in a cadaver, and it's really easy to find the brachial plexus and all of its corresponding landmarks based off of that M. It's pretty obvious. So with that M, we have your median nerve, your musculocutaneous nerve, and your ulnar nerve. Now your musculocutaneous nerve is going to innervate all of your flexors on your arm. So that includes your biceps, your coracoid brachii, and then your ulnar nerve is going to innervate all of the structures on your forearm. That's mainly your flexors, mostly towards the left side, so on your your pinky side, so the medial side. And then the median nerve is going to innervate your forearm flexors on the anterior surface of your forearm for the radial side. And then remember that the radial nerve is on the back of your hand that innervates your extensors on the entire posterior portion of your arm and forearm. So that's the brachial plexus, and I hope this was very useful.